of necessity that was happening. And they were always communicating with each other like, okay, well, this is the newest thing. And then when something was out for a while, then it was like, okay, we need the next thing. Also, one of the things that was very much a part of hip-hop culture was, believe it or not, popular culture. And whatever the popular culture would be at the time, specifically in the 80s, hip-hop would sort of put its own little twist on it, and it would become a counterculture. So it wouldn't be exactly like what was popular. Like, for example, late 70s, early 80s, the whole disco craze was happening. Hip-hop, it borrowed bits and pieces from it, but then it said, okay, well, we want to do our own little thing. Because most of the kids who were, you know, just like hearing disco or whatever, they couldn't go in these clubs. They couldn't partake in the whole Studio 54, et cetera, and all of that. They couldn't be part of that culture, so they created their own. So their clubs was actually the street. And they created their own little parties on the street. And part of those parties was their look, their fashion, their things that were the artistic aesthetics that were pleasing to them. One of the things that we're going to be doing today is recreating based on necessity. Now, everybody knows it's a record, right? We're going to be doing art on vinyl. Vinyl is making somewhat of a comeback, but one of the things that I noticed, I would say about maybe 8 or 9 years ago, was that people were throwing away their crates of vinyl. So with the exception of DJs, and this is before a lot of the DJs were switching over to CDs and computer, there were loads and loads of these that were being thrown away on the streets. One of the things that popped into my head, I actually got the idea, was I was with a group of young people that I was working with, and they were like, oh, look at all those records. Look at all those records. Aren't those the things that you were talking about, you know, just with the hip hop, you know, with the hip hop thing, with the DJ go, and all of that. Oh, look, they're worthless. Nobody wants those anymore. And I said, oh, really? So I said, I got a task for y'all. Come on, we're coming over. We're going over to those crates. And we're like, oh, we're going to dig in the garbage? And I said, yes. I said, y'all are going to help me. They're like, help me do what? No, what if there's rats in there? I was like, no. We're going to take out some of those albums and we're going to do some art with it. And they all looked at me like I had 9 heads. And like, how are we going to do that? And then I explained to them, hip hop, the spirit of hip hop, you know, it's not just rapping and all that, but it's innovation. Being able to take something from nothing. Being able to say, all right, I have a little bit, now I'm going to turn it into a lot. This is somebody else's trash, it's now my treasure. So that's when I was inspired to say, you know what? Let's make some art on vinyl. That later was inspiring to be able to take it to the next level and say, oh, wow. CDs. Just of recently, CDs are starting to become obsolete. The kids don't need them. It's just us. Like, oh, we use the CDs. The kids rather not use the CDs. CDs can be reused and repurposed or remixed, as we say in hip hop and in music, so that we can create art with them. They don't have to be tossed aside. They can be reused. So we're going to be doing that. Also, the third thing that we're going to be working with, third medium, that is definitely a relic to the young people.
I just threw some out. Oh my God.
So these things, 8 tracks, yeah. 8-track, it's funny. I didn't bring any examples, but I just started doing some artwork with 8-tracks. I raided my grandfather's collection. I made a trip. No, really. He had a collection of 8-tracks.
They were the best.
Well, he still has an 8-track player, believe it or not. They sound great. But we're going to be able to apply the same art making technology to cassettes. All you need, pretty much Sharpie markers or any markers that you can mark on and make it visible, and then you're transforming. So that's what we're going to be doing. Also, three-dimensional elements can be added to CDs as well, where you can add clay. I'm gonna pass these around.
What kind of clay do you use?
That's actually Sculpey clay, but different clays like Model Magic can actually be used. Once the Model Magic dries, and then you can apply it with any strong bonding glue. It actually works pretty well on the top of the CDs.
Did you make that?
Yes.
Now,
Let me pass these around also.
Adhere it with glue, or did you bake
It's
it?
glue.
You know.
So the process for the CD that's passed around, what I did was I actually baked the clay piece first, and then adhered it with glue.
That's awesome.
Pass these around.
Yeah. Thank you.
Picture of this?
Also, you might say, hey, what happens if my albums are cracked? Not a problem. Can be used also. This is a combination of 2 cracked albums, and I just put them together. So the whole thing is everything can be used. Throw out nothing. And as artists, that's something to always keep in mind. And when I say everything that can be used, say for example, you have tape case, you have the paper. Well, the display for the paper, this at some point can be used for collage. The outer casing, suppose you want to go for a stained glass look. Take your Sharpie, or even if you want to plan it out a little bit more, I also brought some stickers. Say you have your sticker, and say you briefly want to put a quick tag. Somebody give me a word. I need a word. A word, any random word. What's the word? Star? Okay. So quickly. So if I quickly tag star, tagged it quickly, then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace So once I have the tracing done, then I can abstract it a bit. Another star, add that. Now, to go for a stained glass look, Sharpies are great for giving a stained glass look on plastic. Let's get a wide Sharpie. because it remains somewhat translucent.